Welcome, people. Hasper back. Hope you guys watched my morning video because it was basically the same as last time. And obviously, I've got Elijah with me today. You've not been on the channel in a couple of weeks, so big up.
Yeah,
if you're not
man.
subscribed too much of E, I don't know what you're doing with life, but please don't subscribe too much of E.
Appreciate the promo, man.
Bro, we played last night again. First not after you actually did a watch along. How was it? Yeah. And just tell me about the game first, then we'll talk about it.
Oh gosh, man. It's another case where the chat is more entertaining than the game. That's what it is, bro. We didn't have a shot on target. I think we had one actually, but it might as well have been none because the shot was just from like the corner flag, basically. It was one of the worst games I've actually seen, because even in games like Ipswich and them, man, and Leicester, at least we had like chances in it. We actually had no chances the whole game, and it was so bad. I don't know if I've said it on your channel, but like Brendan Johnson's always invisible in it. But Tell is so invisible that I see Brendan Johnson on the pitch. That's how bad this guy is, bro. That's how bad he is. I actually see Brendan Johnson on the pitch the whole game because Tell is nowhere to be found. It's so bad, man. It was just the worst.
What do you think we signed Tell? Because I'm still trying to work it out, to be honest, at this point. I'm just like,
I think the Bayern Munich hype, to be honest. I mean, when we signed him, I was like, yo, just let me see him play in it. Like, I'm not about to say shit. I'm not about to say I'm not about to say if he's good or bad or nothing. Let me see him play and then I'll judge. Boy, that guy is useless, bro.
Do you think he's a striker though? Like, honestly, do you think he's a striker? Or
you know what it is? Yeah, I haven't seen, like, obviously he has good ball control and stuff like that. Pause, but I don't really see much from him to know what he is. Like, he doesn't really take on his man that crazily. His dribbling's okay. I haven't even seen him shoot the ball that much because he's never in the box. So I don't even know how good of a finisher he is. I don't know. I couldn't tell you what his position is. I mean, I'm sure Ashmatic will tell you. Ash will probably tell you what he's supposed to be, but I couldn't tell, to be honest.
Be up, Tony. Like, for me, yeah, like when I watched Tell, at first I thought, oh, he reminded me a little bit of Defoe, just the way he like turned and like just moved with the ball. But then he shot a few shots. Remember that last game we played? Who was it against? Was it United maybe or something? And he wasn't even getting any power on them. Like no act, like it was just crap. And then a lot of people, including my dad as well, said that they think he might be like a forward, like a wide forward. But then if we signed him to play as all across the front, for example, and Son keeps playing on the left, okay, moved into the middle later on, but like, where's this guy going to play? Like, even the long term, let's say he stayed another, like they signed him. Where's he going to play? Because we've got like 50 left wingers. Like, we've got Solanke ain't going to get dropped. And on the right, he loves Brendan Johnson, and I guess Kulusevski sometimes plays there, but like he's never been played on the right, so I just.
But even Brendan Johnson ain't a right winger, so it's like we don't have anyone on that right side to play.
We just signed left wingers. I don't get it. Every player we sign is left winger. Odebert, Son, Werner.
Pretty much, it's just a left winger, bro. We still have Mikey Moore.
Mikey Moore. That's the other one. I forgot about him.
Yeah, man. We just this club is a mess right now, isn't it? And it's like, I'm sure it's a broken record. I'm sure you guys were already talking about it yesterday from after the game, but you know it is like I had so much anger, and I've been on enough streams since that game, and I've recorded enough videos to where it's like I'm not even angry no more. I'm just disappointed in me thinking that we had a good enough squad and a good enough manager.
We'll talk about it in a second, but I was going to say something. I thought we might draw the game, to 1-1 or something. I thought, we'll go there, we'll get a point, not a point, sorry, like get a result of some sort. Not win it, like I'm not expecting us to win it, because they did beat Galatasaray 4-1. But we didn't even do anything. Like once Alkmaar scored, they just sat off us and they were like, give them the ball. They were not going to do anything with it.
Yeah, we've struggled against low blocks all season. This is just another example of us struggling against a team that sits back. That's what it is.
Okay, we'll talk about the team section. Obviously, before the game, and we spoke about last week or the week before. Oh, no, actually, we went on were you last week? Okay, so we'll talk about Spence, and how like everyone's going to kick off if you don't play Spence, right? Naturally, Obviously, Spence started. Son came in. I can't remember who it was for, but Son came in on the left for Odegaard. That's it, Odegaard, because Odegaard played on the weekend against And anyway, so apart from that, like obviously Spence finally got maybe his first choice of opponent. I don't know, but like, were you happy with the lineup? Do you think would you like anything different? I'll tell my opinion after you're done anyway. So
yeah, nah, fair, isn't it? I didn't really have too much. I didn't really have any problems with the lineup. It was pretty much what we all expected. Like we saw, obviously, Van der Ven and Romero traveling, but we didn't expect them to, even if they did play, not play the whole game. So there was not too much I was really like peeved about. It was the starting lineup that we pretty much expected, which was good enough to beat AZ, but we didn't. So yeah, but I didn't have a problem with the starting lineup. It's just the tactics in it. Tactics were whack.
Yeah, because like for me, obviously centre backs, you can't do anything different because Davies is injured as well. But like the back five, let's say, I agreed with. But for me, the problem was, and people hate me for this. I mean, I don't think there's only two people watching this at the moment. So, but like for me, Bergvall should have been nowhere near that sideline. And it's nothing to do with the fact he scored the own goal. It's just the fact that we're playing away from home. We're going to have, especially away from home, like less of the ball. I would have played personally Sarr. I wouldn't play Basuma. I would have played someone like Bentancur, Sarr, and Madison because obviously Kazeski was injured. And I would have maybe pushed Porro on the wing instead of Johnson and played Son in the middle and then put Mikey Moore on the left. That's what I would have done personally. But Moore is like he played that. You remember that game he scored? Was it in the Europa League as well? He scored. I think he was.
Who, Mikey Moore? Or?
Yeah, against Elfsborg, or was it Elfsborg? When all the youngsters scored, it was Mikey Moore scored that banger.
Yeah, Mikey Moore scored.
He plays that game. We haven't seen him since, basically. So like, it's like what I don't get is like he would bring in Odegaard. He's just because he's a senior. It's almost like I'll ask you this in a minute, but I feel like he's playing these players just because they're senior players. Like we signed Tell. He's basically the same age as Mikey Moore, maybe 1 or 2 years older. We bring him in. Okay, we have to play him now. Odegaard we signed for 25 minutes. He's like what 20, 21. We have to play him. And Mikey Moore's the only youngster I see personally that shows any sort of promise. And then, like for me, the biggest issue I had last night was the midfield because Bergvall's not that strong player away from home. Like he's not there. Like he's playing Bergvall, Bentancur, and Madison. Like it's just Bentancur can do a job, yeah. Like he's all right, but away from home, man, I wasn't happy with that midfield selection. I was like, I wanted to see Sarr. Because at least he's got the legs, and he took him like till 70 minutes to bring on Sarr. But would you have done anything different, like with the lineup, or you said just keep the same thing? Like,
it's the tactics, man. Like I seen it's with Bergvall, yeah. Like he was horrible yesterday, and like even take away the own goal, he was horrible. But it's one of those things where it's like that starting lineup is good enough to beat this team. Like it really is. And it's just like it's the tactics that really like frustrated me, which is why when people are blaming the players, especially for a game like this, like there are times where it's not on the manager, it's on the players. Like against Man City, I believe it's on the players because they had the opportunity, they created chances, they could have scored, and they missed easy chances. So I wouldn't blame the manager for that. This game though, it's on the manager, not the players, because the manager's clearly instructed them to play like this. The manager hasn't tweaked anything. If any, he's just brought on like for like substitutions, really. That's what he's done, innit? Like he hasn't tweaked it tactically. He didn't say, okay, you do this, you do this. He hasn't done any of that for the whole game. We saw the same type of way we're trying to build up an attack for the exact same way for the whole 90 minutes.
Oh, he's coming later, JJ.
He's on his way, man. You'll just have to be disappointed with me in it. You know what I'm saying? It's one of them ones.
I was like, where's TJ now? Don't worry.
Yeah, I'm saying he's not here. You have been scammed. Make sure you subscribe to Hasper TV in it.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, I'll try to segue out of it, man. But we see the manager do the exact same thing for the whole 90 minutes. Like Archie Gray and Danso, the amount of times they would just kick the ball long and we lose possession is because when they get the ball, AZ are a pressing team. They were pressing and pressing, and no Tottenham player in the midfield is making themselves available. The only one who really did it was Madison. But if he's not doing it, then Bergvall and Bentancur aren't making themselves open for a pass. You know what I'm saying? The wingers, Son and Brennan Johnson, are not making themselves open to get the ball. So a lot of the times, the centre-backs are just getting the ball,
Phil, if
They're
you want
putting
to
their foot.
hop on, I'll put the link in the chat if you want to hop
Well, big
on.
up Philly every
Yeah,
time, innit? Big
yeah.
up Philly every time. But a lot of the times, the centre backs are just they're getting the ball, putting their foot on the ball, waiting for someone to get open, and everyone's just standing around waiting. So what did they have to kick it long? Because AZ are going to press you. They're not going to let you hold the ball. They're going to press you. So they kick the ball long, and they end up losing it, and then the defense is in a whole state of panic. And that was pretty much what it was for the whole game. I didn't see Ange try and change anything up. I didn't see him try and bring on another player and then that will shift it tactically. I didn't see anything like that. All it was just the exact same style of attacking for 90 minutes. And it shows with how badly we played that it wasn't going to work.
Like for me, like when I look at, and Stel brought this up really well. So he said that the good thing AZ did, and bear in mind their manager, I've never heard of him. I don't even know who he is. AZ ain't got the best players, and like you said, and I agree with you, we have better players than them. We should be beating them on paper. I'm not saying easily, like because we're away, maybe like 1-0 or something, whatever, 2-0 maybe at the most. Big up Brian. Brian, if you want to come on, I'll put the link in the chat. You can just hop on. Just let me know, man. But like for me, it's the fact that we're still playing out the back. We'll get onto this a bit later, JJ. Just hold it. But so like we're playing out the back here, and Alkmaar pressing us with 4 or 5 players against the keeper. And then what would happen is once the ball went to like the other defenders, they would drop back into like a whatever back 10, wherever it was. Big up, Eugene. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll send you a link for 20 minutes. Okay. But yeah, mate. So like it was so predictable. But what I don't get is why then doesn't he say, look, let's play it long instead because they're pressing the keeper. And it's not just that, like we're playing away from home. Like you said, yeah, we cause most of our problems are caused by our own players trying to play out the back all the time. But this has been happening all season. Like,
Yeah.
and you know what? Were you subscribe? Were you surprised with the result? Because I wasn't. Because we lost. We only just about beat Tamworth in 100 minutes.
Yeah, that's something as well, isn't it? Fucking Tamworth game. But in terms of, I was surprised by the way we played. Like, if there's ways of losing a game in it, like for example, PSG lost to Liverpool 1-0 at the Parc des Princes, but they were battering Liverpool. They just couldn't score. And when Kvara did score, it was offside, and they just happened to lose. And we were the complete flip opposite side. Everything. We didn't even have a shot on target, and it was an absolute humiliation of a performance. So there's no confidence for me in it. Like there's no confidence. There's ways of losing. And PSG can go to Anfield and have all the confidence in the world because they've shown that they can batter Liverpool. We haven't shown that we can at least be on par with AZ Alkmaar. So what type of confidence are the players supposed to be going into there with? What type of confidence are we supposed to have as fans going into that game? What confidence should we have to go to Bournemouth on Sunday? I don't know, bro.
Quite a bit, but yeah, it's
bro.
But do you think if he changed, like, did something different with the team, like selection, would have made a difference, or do you think he would have just been like the same?
No, it would have been the same.
Just
Because
different
even when he made
Yeah.
subs, the game didn't change because it's the tactics that was the issue against AZ. It wasn't the players. Like he made like 4 subs and then Solanke had to be subbed off because he got injured. But he made 4 subs. He brought on 4 fresh players and it looked the exact same because it was a tactics issue that game. It wasn't a players issue.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I know, Adrian, I know. But obviously, someone like me, because I know you only joined YouTube, like, I don't know, later in the season, let's say, I've been crucified for saying Ange out for like flipping since day one. Well, not day one, but, I've been against him for over a year now.
Been against. It's just a funny way you say like he's the anime villain, bro. I've been against him.
Vegeta of like.
Yeah, man, he's the Vegeta fan. You know, like.
But that's.
Hey, trust me, I've had a bunch of people. I was about to say on my neck, no Diddy fan, but lots of people just, because I've been labeled the Madison defender, in it. Like, in my opinion, it's unfairly, but this isn't the first time I've had a narrative put on me in it. So,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It gets like that, but a lot of times, just we should be used to this, innit? Like, I know you were saying it. I'm sure TJ was saying it. My
I
man's
mean,
Jay was
TJ's
saying it.
gonna probably explode.
Yeah, but I know you guys have been calling out for time in it, and honestly, I've been one of the more optimistic guys, even though I am still Ange out. I've always been more optimistic in terms of I believe in the players, and not that I believe in the manager, but I feel like the players could have won the game or won this competition in spite of the managers, and it showed that it's not this. That's not the case, bro. Maybe I overrate the players. That could be very true, but at the same time, I think this manager's just, yeah, man, he ain't it, bro. He's not it, man. He's not it. It'll be interesting though to see like some of the accounts, because I know there's some accounts that are very much Ange in. It'll be interesting to see how they pivot if we do go out the Europa League, innit? Because
Bro, I opened X
sheesh,
last night, and there's people that I've done like content with before. I didn't want to reply because I was just it's like I'm just gonna cause myself more aggro, and I'm just like I can't be asked for this right now. So someone's saying, "Oh, well, we only lost 1-0. You know, this is not over yet. Still give Ange time." I was like, if I reply to this, it's gonna cause him like I just can't
you
be
should
asked
have
to
done it,
aggro.
man. The rage bait, the rage bait. You should have done it, man.
I was ready to like just go nuts, but
You
bro,
should have done it, man. You know what
like,
it is, yeah. You need to make videos about your experiences on Twitter, man. I feel like they would bang.
you
I feel like
think?
those videos. Yeah, man. I feel like those videos would bang.
Bro,
Like,
I used to be, I used to be that guy. I'd argue for fucking 6 hours with people on the internet.
bro, you should do it for the video, for the content, man. Like, have like a nice, like 5-10 minute video. You just going over your Twitter beefs and that. That would be cold.
Twitter abuse.
Yeah, man. That would be cold, man. You should make it a series. Just rage
Yeah.
bait people for the content, man.
What the abuse I get on Twitter, blah blah blah, and then just have like a little 10-minute segment on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, or even if like instead of doing it on a live, just make it like its own live stream or something, but make it into like a series, man. You might as well try and monetize off it if you're gonna be rage baiting people. Don't be doing it for free, man. Try and
Bro,
get your content up
I
from
knew
what I'm
the guy.
saying.
Yeah, this is why I didn't want to say anything because I was like, you know what? If I say something here, I just can't be asked for. You know what it is? Yeah, like Brian Daigle will pretty much agree with me with this because he gets into this sort of things, especially back in the day when Pochettino was here. I was in the minority, yeah, who were like against Levy, for example.
Yeah.
And mate, when I would say stuff, like there's one tweet, I'd have to show you it, but basically, I got so much abuse for this tweet, like it was unbelievable. But maybe I should do something like an X segment, right? You gave me a good idea, you know. Maybe I'll save it for that. But anyway, what I'm saying is, I said something about the transfer window, and man, them were like cussing me out, like on Twitter, like it got quote tweeted, whatever you want to call it, bro. Like
Yeah,
it was
I hear
mad.
it, man.
And then there was
Yeah,
another
but
one I did before the Champions League final saying that it's a bigger game for Tottenham than it is for Liverpool. And mate, the amount of shit I got for it for saying that. You're negative, blah, blah, blah. Anyway. Anyway, now a lot of these people, to be fair to them, have apologized to me later on because they're like, yeah, you were right about Levy or something, whatever. But like if you look at it in context, it was just mad, bro. It was
I'm telling you, you should do it, man. Because
yeah.
obviously I think Twitter's what, your biggest platform, right? In terms of follow count, or
Yeah.
so you'll be able to. Hey, the more rage bait, the better, man. It'll probably be easier for you to get monetized on Twitter as well, because all you have to do is just tweet bullshit, and it will get engagement, and then that'll be enough. You know, so it is what it is. But yeah, you should definitely do it, man. That'd be funny to watch. I'd make sure to watch those. It'll be funny as shit.
It would like some
I ain't
kind of
gonna
stuff you do, really.
yeah,
Look
but I'm
at
not
this.
rage baiting people. People are just getting pissed off, in my opinion. That's what it is.
Bro, like with one of the tweets I remember I sent, yeah, I think I sent the tweet, logged off, and the guy, one of the replies was, "You knew what you were doing." Blah blah. I was like, bro, I just wrote an opinion and I logged off. And I come back to like 100 notifications. Like these
Yeah,
people,
come on.
they just clap, bro. They're just there's no probably our fan base. There's no like I don't know what the word is.
You know,
Hey,
these
you're
men are
right.
just hypnotized, bro. Hey, man, like,
Yo, big up, E.
what up? What up? How you doing, Kiwi?
Yeah, not too good, man. I can be honest,
I hear it.
Yeah, that was horrible yesterday, bro. And I didn't even watch the second half, but I knew I didn't have to watch the second half. I knew exactly what was going to happen, and it's just it's a mess now, bro. It's gone beyond it's gone beyond the point of no return. You know what I mean? I think this is you got to sack the manager quickly. Like I was even thinking, man, sack him this week. you can get something out of the second leg. That's my thinking, and then you can keep going. But it doesn't look good, guys. It doesn't really look good at all, in my opinion. Yeah.
I hear it, man. I fully hear it. It's dark times. It's dark times
Bro,
because
I went on Stell's stream last night. The first thing I did was this before he went. I goes, "We're fucking shit." I was like, "Literally, like, you're right, mate. We're fucking shit." It's literally the first thing I said to him. I was like, "You're right, yeah." We're fucking shit. But you know what it is? It's just I don't understand it because obviously Elijah was saying level and that on paper we have a better team than Alkmaar, right? So how are we not getting something? I'm not saying we have to win the game. Like, how are we not getting anything? Like, I don't know.
Bro, you know the funny thing with Alkmaar, man, is like I was looking at their uniform, right? And they had, you know how our uniforms like tight fitting and stuff, proper. Their uniforms like the Sunday League. You chuck it on, when you get to the game, they give out all the shirts, and you chuck it on. It's like loose fitting, doesn't fit you. I mean, these guys are like, they definitely don't have the same amount of money or access that we have. We've got the nice fitted jerseys. Like their jerseys look like like a social league, and I'm like, how are these guys destroying us? And yeah, like you said, what Stel was saying about that press, like, and then they would drop back, and there was like no space, bro. And I'm really sick of this whole build up to the sideline stuff. I'm over going to the wing, and then the fullback inverts, and then they pass it back to the center back, and then it goes back the other way. I'm like, is there another way we can build up? Like, surely there's other ways to build up a game. I'm like, I'm over this whole the setup that Ange has. Like, it's so predictable, bro. So predictable.
it really is. The main problem is that we don't have someone in the box all the time. Like that's really the problem. Like the striker's supposed to drop back and help with the play, but then no one will rotate for him. And we saw it a lot when Brendan Johnson was out, especially like at least Brendan makes those runs into the box. Like he's a tapping merchant, we get it in it, but it's one of those things where it's like he's probably the only attacker in the squad that knows how to poach. Like including the strikers at this point. Like no one else knows how to put, and it's not even like it's such a hard quality to learn. It's just that it says more about what's lacking in the squad more than how good Brennan Johnson is as a player. If he's the only person that can poach or goal poach in this squad. And a lot of times we've seen it with Tell, especially. Tell will just drift off to the left anyway. Like he has good link up play with Odebear, and we saw against City, but if he's going off to the left to help link up play, there's no one in the middle. No one's making runs. No one's being that shadow striker in the box. And it's a lot easier to do it when Solanke's there because at least he'll stay in the middle somewhat, which means we can have Maddison or Kudu make a shadow run behind the defenders and get in. We saw that against Man City the first time when we won 4-0. Maddison was making a lot of shadow runs off the back of Solanke, and the defenders weren't able to really counteract it. He did it against Southampton as well. Kulusevski's done that a few times as well, so I've got to give him his credit as well. But we don't have any type of focal presence up top that can really like keep the centre backs engaged. Like a lot of the times, the opposition, they just have to line up with a back four or a back five, and the middle centre backs, they have nothing to do. They're just chilling because we don't have a focal point up there. As long as they keep the wings in check and all they can do is pass backwards, it's just an endless cycle of just passing around the box. Like we commit so many men up past the halfway line, but at the same time we have no one in the box, which means we're just resulting to a lot of long shots.
Did you guys see that clip? Have you guys seen that clip with Maddison and Son on the bench? Saying that he always does the same play. Have you seen it as well? Yeah.
I haven't seen it. No.
He says he always does the same play or something. I mean, Pom was lip reading him apparently.
Shame. He just gave Tottenham another reason. Tottenham fans are going to use that to hate him even more, man. I see it now.
Hey, do you follow basketball a little bit? Because I got a basketball analogy about how we play.
Oh yeah. I watch the NBA. Yeah.
You know how in like zone defense, like you're supposed to cut and move, and like you're not supposed to just sit in the zone. Like I feel with Tottenham, we flood the middle of the field, but that's easier for the defense to stay compressed and compact. I feel it's like counterintuitive what Ange is doing. Like he's loading the midfield up with the fullbacks and all that, but that allows the defense just to sit in the middle of the field like a typical zone defense. You need to be able to find space and stretch the field in different ways. I just find that is very predictable, man. With and it's actually supports the defense to sit in that block, you know, and like, man, yeah, there's just not enough movement, like
Yeah,
you say. It's all very stagnant, man. And yeah, I don't think he's an attacking coach. I know Sava always points this out. He's got some weird fetish for possession, like the center backs have, you know, he wants this. I don't know what it is, bro, but I thought he was initially, when I first started watching him, he was like quick releasing, bang bang bang, you're up into the, you know, the box, and it's a goal scoring opportunity. But the more I'm watching it now, it isn't that. It definitely isn't that anymore. And the midfield, I have no idea what his strategy with midfield is. Like, we're all over the shop in the midfield, bro, and defensively, like we just there's like there's no positioning or like yeah, I just find it very.
yeah,
I think
Yeah,
what hurts me the most, yeah. I know you've only been supporting Tottenham for what, like, is a year or two. So I've
yeah,
been going
18
through
months.
so I've been 6 years old, right? So, and I'm 33 now. Okay.
hey,
Apart from the fact I've only
that's
seen
bad.
2 trophies, but like I watched Spurs when we were actually like fucking shit. Yeah, like I'm talking late 90s, 2000s. You know, they always refer to it on Twitter and then
Yeah,
streams. Oh, and then anyway. So I used to go, obviously, like here and there, or like I went maybe like what, half the games of the season or something, or but I didn't go as much when I was a kid. Like I probably went like 5 games a season. Anyway, I used to watch games on TV, whatever, but we were like rubbish then. Like we were absolutely rubbish. Like we were mid-table. We'd have a cup run, maybe we get to like the semi-final. Anyway, but the difference is that those players back then, yeah, were a hell of a lot worse than the players we have right now. And the football we're playing now is somehow worse than the football we were playing back then in the late 90s. And I couldn't, honestly, like, what last night I couldn't believe what I was watching. And that free kick, guys, tell me about that free kick, please. Because
I never seen something like that. That was funny, man. That was hilarious, bro.
I don't know why he just didn't shoot the ball, bro. That was
That's
one of
the
the
one when you
worst
chuck
plays of the game.
you chuck the Benny Hill music on the background, you know, and you do it in like
Yeah,
3
that was up there with the play when Bentancur and Solanke both ran into each other trying to score the ball.
Oh man,
That's up there with that in terms of worst plays of the season. Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, it was bad. I can't lie though, what you said about zones, Kiwi, made me start thinking, like, in terms of zones, like the way you talked about the defense comparing it to zone defense, I
yeah,
completely agree. And one place I wanted to take it was in terms of how the defenders kind of mark our team, because there's not really, like, we have to do this whole movement thing. I think that's what the tactics is supposed to be based on, but it's easily counteracted with basically zonal defense. Like, instead of marking a player, you mark an area. That's pretty much what zone defense is. You mark an area, that's your
yeah.
area. You rotate, you don't stick on one person. That's how you can literally guard. That's how you guard Tottenham. That's how you stop Tottenham, is zonal marking. You don't mark
Yeah.
a
it's not even
certain
that
player because
difficult.
with,
It's not that difficult. I could counteract us.
you know
Like,
what I'm
It
saying?
is.
That's what it is. Yeah, basically it's a thing where, because obviously the reason that fullbacks would invert and wingers would invert and overlap and all the shit is to get defenders out of position so then you can attack the space. But if you just do zonal marking, where whoever comes into that area, you're marking them now, you're all of a sudden not out of position anymore. You'll find yourselves out of position, trying to make them out of position, if that makes any sense. Like, you'll have
That's right.
the
That's right.
fullbacks coming in, the fullbacks going out, the wingers coming in, the wingers coming out, and you'll find yourself all over the place trying to confuse them. But more time, they're just in the same area, which is why low blocks are so easy. It's so bad for us when we play against low blocks, because they're just supposed to sit there and not move. That's what a low block is. You sit there on the edge of the box and you don't move. And we can't force defenders in and out of positions
That's right.
when there's zonal marking. So that's why we struggle so much. Instead of just being direct, give it to the winger, cross it in, we always have people in the box. That's how really you get away with dealing with a low block. You have a forced long shot, so they come out of the zone and press you, or you spam balls into the box with strikers like Solanke and Richarlison who are good in the air. That's how you beat a low block. But we can't do that because we don't have wingers that can cross the ball in. Our aerial threats are now injured. Solanke came back and is now re-injured. And we don't have any quality in the midfield that could just pop a long shot, because Maddison, for some reason, he don't shoot outside the box. It's one of the weirdest things in the world, because this guy's good at long shots and he doesn't shoot. Bergvall can't shoot. Bentancur doesn't shoot. Sarr can't shoot, even though he scored long shots. And Bissouma can't shoot. So we have no type of scoring presence apart from Brennan Johnson. That's really it. And it's you're set up to lose when your main attacking outlet is Brennan Johnson playing out of position. That's you're destined to lose games.
It's like the fullbacks, because you know how our wingers sit right on that sideline, right? And like, you know, the ball always ends up with them, and then it's up to them to try and create something. Like, I think sometimes why don't the wingers cut in a little bit, you know, just to drag a fullback out or something, and then you have a few overlaps on the outside. You know, there's so much more variation we could be doing. I just again, like with zone defense, if you're just sitting in the middle of the paint, like there's already people there that are going to stuff you, like the center backs and the fullbacks. Like, you need to be moving or doing cuts that drag people out of their position and then attacking that way. I just find that he needs like world-class wingers to work, because if you notice all the time, the ball ends up, because the fullback will invert and then they'll draw that midfield in a bit, and then there's the open ball to the winger, and then he has to create. None of our guys can cross. None of our guys can do one-on-one. None of our guys can do. So I'm like, his system is flawed from the beginning because he's got no wingers that can actually execute what he needs. So you got to adapt, bro. It's as simple as that.
The thing with Johnson is that from what I heard, he did want him. Like, that's why they paid 50 million for him, and not like, you know, because he could have gone for 30 earlier in the window.
Yeah,
but they overpaid for him, not on purpose, because he really wanted them. Apparently, he really wanted them. So one, like Elijah, you describe it the best. Like, another issue with the system is the fact that the striker drops off to start the play. So and you see it with Solanke, because Solanke, apart from the mad pressing he does, it's no surprise he got injured in the end, but he just runs so much in that system because he's pressing. Then he has to drop. Then he has to press. Then he has to try and be somewhere near the box so he gets a touch. Like, I don't think Solanke's the best striker, and like, I don't think he's that bad either. Like, he's kind of in the middle, but you're asking the guy to do way too much. Like, would you think he could tweak the system at all? Like, Elijah, with anything?
He won't. Yesterday was the day to tweak the system, and he didn't do it. So, like, we've heard it. I've always said and reiterated. Back at Celtic, he was saying that in order to preserve the way he plays football, he doesn't mind players getting injured. He was saying this back at Celtic. There are articles online. People can go and read them if they want, bro. But I did a stream dedicated to it. I have a video out that's dedicated to breaking down that article, bro. But there were Scottish outlets posting articles in 2021 after I think they had either won or they just lost the Champions League game, but their last striker got injured, so they had no strikers. And Ange was saying, "Yo, I'll play a certain kind of way. If players get injured, it is what it is, but I'm still gonna play the way I play." So that means he's been saying for years now that he would rather preserve his style of play than preserve the players on his team. So he's been saying it. Oh wait, there's background. Oh no, there isn't background. I'm bugging. But yeah, he's been saying this. So will he ever change his tactics? No, he's not going to change his tactics, which is why he's got to go in it. Like, I don't mind him starting off games doing the Ange ball thing. I don't mind. But if it's not working, you got to change it. And if he doesn't change it, then he's got to go, because that means he's willing to down his sword. And I don't need a dead manager. I need a manager alive and well. I don't need managers falling on their sword. It's that simple, man. That's simple, man.
Look,
big up Brian, though.
Yeah.
Oh, yo, big up, man.
Big up Brian. So Brian, how are you, mate? I mean, yeah.
Listen, mate. Every day that finishes is a day closer to the end of the football season. And I can't wait for this summer to just be able to sit back, relax, enjoy the sweltering heat, and have a stress-free summer, because this is pathetic. This is shambolic. And I don't know what else to say. Has. First of all, big up to you, Has. Big up to Elijah, brother. Sorry, who's this? I don't think I've streamed. What's your name, buddy?
Leave on, bro. Yeah.
Nice to meet you, buddy.
Nice to meet you.
Mark, if you want to hop on, I'll put a link in the chat for you. Anyway.
Big fan, bro. Big fan.
Yeah.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Yeah, listen, it's just mate, like I said when you and I were on Tottenham away yesterday.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, these performances are becoming the norm. Unfortunately, we have players that are a disgrace. I remember back in the day with performances like this, where players would even come out on their personal social media and give some kind of pathetic apology. Vicario has come out and said one, which is and what Vicario said is a very he's come out today and had to say something, but the players used to come out and say, "Listen, we apologise. This is whatever." Like when we lost 6-1 to Newcastle, but there's no accountability for them. Then you look up at Ange. Ange isn't accountable. What Spurs don't care. They don't need Europe. They're getting all this revenue from concerts and NFL and everything. There is just absolutely the lunatics are running the asylum, and for some reason, it's just deemed acceptable.
Yeah.
Oh man, you think when Levy said the stadium would be a game changer? Do you really? I'm starting to think that what he meant by that is that the sponsors and stuff would come for the stadium, not the club no more. Because it looks like everything that's going on now.
Stadium, though.
But like I'm talking about like now we've got NFL and we got Formula 1. Everything that's going on now is for the actual stadium itself. It's not for the club brand. It's for the stadium.
Elijah, I don't know if you've heard me say it, and I've said we got told it was a game-changing stadium. All it's done is change the game because football's not the concern anymore. NFL, rugby, concerts, boxing. That's what that stadium is now. It's sad. It's really, really sad.
But I was talking to him earlier before he came on, Brian, saying that I think this is worse than it was back in the late 90s and 2000 when I was a kid going to games.
Yeah.
Am I right? Am I wrong? I don't know.
Oh, so I started going to Spurs. Like my dad took me in 1988 when Gaza was playing on that turf. But my season ticket when I started going regularly with my mates were the mid-90s. My first season ticket was the 95, 96 season. And yeah, we had your Sheringhams and your Klinsmans, but the team weren't littered with superstars. The team weren't littered with players that stood out and genuine talent. But the one thing those teams did, and we thought where we are right now is where above where we are now was progress. If we go into the bottom half of the top of the table, top half of the table, so the bottom segment of the top half, that's we've had a good season. As long as we've had a good cup run and beaten the filth, then that was thinking, oh yeah, that's a good season. We'll take that. But I never ever doubted the players' dedication. I never ever doubted the players' respect and commitment to the badge. I question everything now. It's shocking, unfortunately.
You know what I thought was that with Ange coming in, I thought he'd change the culture and the mentality of the players at least. You know, I know his tactics are rubbish, and you know, players can only do what the manager says, but I thought he'd change the mentality of the players and but it just hasn't changed. That hasn't changed either. Like I you know, like I say, I've only been supporting Tottenham for 18 months, but for the time that I've seen these guys, I haven't seen one of them really mentally make a mental shift. And yeah, I'm really worried about that. You know, and you know, hearing Brian talk about guys that worked hard. You know, that were they gave their all for the badge, even though their skill level lacked. I'm looking at guys that have amazing skill level, athleticism, and they.
Oh shit!
What just happened?
They just, I don't know.
I didn't touch anything.
Maybe you got a phone call or something, I guess.
Well, sorry, I don't know what happened. This is new format. Sorry about that.
Oh, you figured that? Oh no, you're wild.
No, because you know it's a new format, so I must have pressed the wrong button. Sorry, man. I didn't mean to.
Nah, that's wild. That's wild. L streamer.
Yeah, Mark, you all right?
Yes, mate. Thanks for having me on.
Another 18th loss of the season. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's par for the course these days. You know, it's just I was sort of in the backstage bit, and I heard Brian talking about like when he used to go, Gaza and that was there. Difference is back then we had players that would get you off your seat. You know, I went a bit when Gaza was there. I went quite a lot when Hoddle was there. As soon as they got the ball, you could hear the gasp in the crowd expecting something to happen, you know. I went a lot when Ginola was there as well. Exactly the same thing, you know. You know, as soon as you got the ball, there's almost like a gasp in the crowd because people were expecting things to happen. Gascoigne, Hoddle, exactly the same. Exactly the same. Now, this football club is an entertainment venue. It's an entertainment venue that a game of football breaks out every couple of weeks. You know, that's all it is these days.
Device is not connected. Oh, that's him. Okay, it's not. It wasn't me who removed it. Okay, don't worry.
I was going to say it's new, isn't it? It's new in the studio, but it's new, isn't it?
The device is not connected.
My God, sorry, was I just on a stream where Mark Cousins was giving technological and technical support and advice?
Yeah.
Probably not, mate. Probably not. All I said was,
Scroll down.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a private chat, yeah. Because you're going to get 4, can't you? And I knew you had 4 on there.
Yeah, because I didn't know that was a new thing. Because it was only yesterday I saw it was new. They did the new format. But for me, even when I was going as a kid, like I hate to bring this player up, but is there anyone I can think of like this? Like Stefan Freund, he wasn't the best player, by far not the best player. The difference is that team at least showed some bloody effort. At least they showed the fought for the badge. I'm not saying they're the best players, and I'd more faith in that 11 if I look at that 11 and say, look, with that manager or whoever it was, even if it was like David Pleat or something, to get a fucking result than this manager with these players.
Yeah. 1,000,000%. 1,000,000,000,000%. Right. Now I went a lot in the sort of the time when Ginola would have been there. What would that have been? 96, 97, 98.
Yep.
Around that sort of time. We were quite rubbish, really. But you could see the team gave 100%. 100% every game. You know? And it's not like that now. It really isn't. I mean, the manager is to blame for a lot of it. The owner is to blame for most of it. You know, the way he's let standards slip. Because let's face it, the ambitions of any company come from the top. If you got the CEO, whatever he's called, at the top, not caring, then no one else cares beneath him. You know, the ethos of the club starts at the top. You know, and if they're only there for the money, then it doesn't matter. You know, it really doesn't. You know, and I've never felt more disconnected with this football club. You know, even though obviously I don't live in London, nowhere near the ground, but I always felt a connection. You know, but not anymore. Not anymore. It won't bother me.
We're not a football club.
No, we're not, mate. We're not. 1,000,000%, we're not.
There's some guy, I think, I can't remember his name now. I spoke to on the space, like, I think it was after they built the stadium or something, just before. It was like the summer before we moved in or something. And he was telling me he used to work at Spurs. And he said he left after they built the new stadium, so like maybe a year later or 2 later. And he said that the Tottenham themselves spoke about a new Tottenham and an old Tottenham sort of thing. So they want to get rid of the old Tottenham, quote unquote. That's how he described it. I'm just saying how he described it. To get the new Tottenham in. And this is supposedly the new Tottenham.
Yeah.
It's like they want to get rid of all like the old, you know, like no statues, no remembering like Bill Nick and stuff like that. That's how it came across to me.
Man's got the Bruce Wayne walk going on. What is this?
May I tell you what? They can talk about a new Tottenham and an old Tottenham, but I can say quite happily for most of April, Daniel Levy will be seeing the old Daigle outside the training ground, ready to cause chaos I'm back. I've got a very brief time to do what I've got to do and do what I can. Oh, Tottenham and you, Tottenham. Yeah. Oh dear,
That's
dear,
how he
dear.
described it. I
My
can't
man
remember.
walks like a menace. Oh my days, bro.
Yeah.
This
Elijah,
guy
I
is
have
might-
to
mad.
say,
he might-
Elijah, the jumper. I've just been thinking for the last 5 minutes. I've been thinking, my God, you've got a good. That's a big Spurs logo you've got in your room. I've just realised it's a jumbotron actually in the stadium.
Yeah, nah,
I
not
was like,
mine.
you've been looking at that. I was like,
Yeah, not mine, man. I don't have a Spurs thing in here, man. Once I close my laptop, I don't think about anything Tottenham related, man. It's just it's a lot easier for me that way. It helps, numbs the pain. So I'd rather
Well
just
done, my people. Well gone.
what up, man. You found a spot, yeah?
Yeah, man. What we saying, man? You guys good?
I'm chilling, man. You look like you were walking backwards and then forwards and then sideways. Like I couldn't tell how
man,
you was
you know
walking
what?
right there.
You know what? Let me be so real. Sorry to cut you, man, out. Big up
Hey,
the
do your
panel.
thing.
Big up Mark. Big up Brian
TJ.
Daigle. Big up Haz. I don't know who that is there, innit?
It's Kiwi.
Mark.
Man.
Oh,
I
Kiwi.
you know what? I thought it was Kiwi brother. Sorry, I thought that's what you said. How are you, brother?
No.
Now I
Good,
know.
my brother.
How are you, geezer?
Good, my man. Good, my man. Thank you.
Yeah. Big up yourself, my bro. Literally, it's shit in the dunya, man. I'll be so honest with you, like, bro. Them I'm sorry, I don't know what you man were talking about, but I'm here to crash your stream.
That's fine, bro.
Because
Just say what you want to say.
them
bro.
tactics in it, yeah. Ange got out tactic. Like the tactics wasn't tacticking. Like I'd be so real in it, yeah. AZ, whatever that name of that club, yeah, set up in a certain way where it nullified anything that Ange was gonna do, you know. He has lost he's lost that dressing room, in my opinion, you know. He needs to go. He shouldn't be at Tottenham. We need major works, you know. I'm just lost for words. Let me be so honest with you. I'm lost for words. I'm frustrated. I'm angry. I'm emotional. I'm upset. You know, like I'm Muslim, by the way, so I was fasting. Yeah, I'm fasting for Ramadan. Ramadan Kareem to all the Muslims out there, innit? Yeah, and literally big up to everybody that is being big up to all the Spurs fans that watched that shit, because it wasn't good. It wasn't good. We couldn't pass. We couldn't do two passes. We couldn't string passes together. You know. You know, I was talking to someone at work, innit? You know, let me just like look at that squad under Pochettino when we finished second. You know, yeah. Name 3 players or 4 players, or not even 3 players. I'll name 1 player that will walk into Tottenham.
None of them
from this squad.
None of them, bro. Maybe Van der Ven. I don't know. That push.
Nah. Over Toby Alderweireld and Vertonghen.
Nah.
Come on, man. You're smoking crack.
Not better than that. Maybe.
They were a big boy, innit? You know, we were arguing over Lloris over Vicario. Only
no,
for
no argument.
No. The argument that we were having like only for the fact that Vicario is good on his feet in terms of going long, and Lloris, for some odd reason, didn't really adapt that type of playing style. I remember his long balls were terrible, man. It would go off the pitch, innit? So we were arguing maybe that's the only player that could potentially walk into. But then again, Lloris, his goal stopping ability for me. But you know what? Look, let me get back to the point in it, yeah. What did we expect, man? We were always gonna lose. That's the sad thing about it. We were always going to lose. I don't know if anybody believed we were going to win, because for me, I just don't have the minerals. We need to get him gone. He needs to go. But the problem is, this club is not going to sack him. They won't sack him until the end of the season. And I don't know where you man stand about that, because I'm seeing it like I want him gone now. But then again, am I shooting myself in the foot if we was to get another manager and it doesn't change? But until this ownership goes as well, let me make a statement, innit? Levy, Enoch, all you motherfuckers, man. Like, all you motherfuckers, man. You've killed this club. You've killed everything.
Yeah.
You've killed everything. My beautiful Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. What is it?
But
No glory. Go for it, my bro.
Can I say one thing? I got to shoot anyway, but I'll tell you something. I want to just make 2 points. First thing is, though, guys, I'm sitting in a car park here in New Zealand, and I'm hiding away from my wife that I support Spurs. Like, it's that bad that I can't tell my wife that I got to hide in the car park and talk football with you fellas, because
Guilty pleasure.
it's a guilty pleasure. That I'm hiding away. It's like she thinks
It's
I'm
a pleasure
cheating.
though. I don't know.
Well,
She probably thinks I'm somewhere doing something dodgy right now, and that's how bad it is. That I can't
Not
even
wrong.
stay in my own house and talk Spurs with you guys. That's how. I just wanted 2 points before I leave. The point on what TJ was saying about, I think at the end of the day, what I'm seeing here is capitalism at its finest and most highest point. If you remember back in the day, capitalism was providing the best product on the field or in foot. You know, over here at Cadbury's, chocolates, everything was good back then. But then they changed the ingredients. They made the product smaller. The capitalism now is exactly what's happening at Tottenham. We have Levy giving you the absolute least amount of product for the highest price. That's what I've seen. And that frustrates me, but that is what's happening at its core. And then the last thing I just want to say is, if you guys look, there's 3 intelligences I've learned, because I've had some professional development around this, but there's your brain, right? There's your heart, and there's your gut. People that are Ange in at the moment, they're using their brain. They're thinking logically, okay, there's another game to go. We've got till the end of the season. They're calculating with their head. But if you follow your heart and your gut, you know this manager does not work. You know, you would have watched a few games this year, or you would have watched this game against Alkmaar, and in your gut, if you're honest with yourself and your senses, you would know that it doesn't feel right. And obviously, you guys know that about Levy as well. It doesn't feel. It hurts your soul. It's deep in your soul. It hurts your spirit and your heart to see what's happened to the club. But that's all I wanted to share, guys. I've got to shoot off, otherwise my wife will think I'm cheating. So,
okay. I know Elijah's got to hop off as well, so take care, mate.
guys.
Take care, mate.
See you later on, buddy.
Yeah.
see you, my brother.
Yeah.
cheers, buddy.
In a bit. Yeah, I'm gonna head out as well, and it's
Do you
work
want to
calls,
say
innit?
before you head out, or okay, score prediction for Sunday, and then for the second leg, just
For Bournemouth, we're gonna lose. That's the prediction, bro.
and
that's the
Alkmaar,
prediction.
we're gonna win the second leg by some miracle.
It's not if we play like that. I mean, not if we play the same way we play. Like this is the first time in a while where I didn't get a call from TJ, bro, and I know why, fam. You're not like that. So yeah, there's a reason I didn't get a call from him. He was probably tearing up his yard, fam.
I can't lie to you. Yeah, my mum. Yeah, let me just mention something in it. I know you're heading off in it, so you can carry on talking in it. My mum said 2 things to me in it. Yeah, I need to lose weight. Yeah, that's what she said in it. She said to me, I need to lose weight because I'm killing myself. Yeah, yeah. And she said, I might need to ban football from you because your blood pressure's going high. Yeah, bro. Listen, when that goal went in, yeah, I couldn't speak. I couldn't speak. When do I do match reactions, Has?
What do you mean when? Oh, like that.
When?
Yeah.
When do
Right
I
after
do
the
match
game,
reactions? When? When do I ever do it? I never do it.
Never.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to
Never
say.
in my life.
Yeah.
Never in my life, you know. I've never done it. I've never done it because you know why? Because I could easily get cancelled. I will say something too wrong. And you know, I'm the type of person that says I just put it all onto the table. Even if you like me, you don't like me, I will say it how it is, innit? I get created. I'm a man to say, I put my hands up and say I'm wrong when I'm wrong. Yeah? But I can get cancelled easily. But bruv, that game pissed me off. It's not good enough. It's not good. And you know what? The people that are defending him and saying, yeah, it's only one game, you know, bro. Come on, man. Come
Bro, we lost
on.
with like 18th loss of the season, so I don't know how anyone can say it's just one game.
And now it's about to be 19 because you're losing me too. So see you guys
Okay,
later,
all right.
man.
Elijah,
See you later,
Elijah,
buddy.
Here's Elijah.
In a bit.
Yeah.
the most important thing to remember is more than half of these games have only been by the odd goal, and I've decided you get half a point now if we only win by one goal, because it's something to be proud of. So every time we lose by one goal, we need to be thankful. We need to be happy that it's only by the one goal, because lose by one, lose by 7, it's a lose. But these people that want to go, oh yeah, but it's only by one goal. I actually think, and I've said this since yesterday, I think if we go out Ajax, AZ Alkmaar, he's gone in the international break. There'll be a statement from the club during the international break.
Amazing.
I just can't see. We're not winning Sunday. We're not winning Thursday. We're not winning away to Fulham.
I'll forget the Fulham game.
International break. Then we got Chelsea. We're not winning. Then we got Wolves away. Sorry, then we got Southampton with the protests, which I think is the only game we win for the rest of the season. Then we're away at Wolves, and Wolves have got our number. Then we're at home to Forest, high flying, Nuno Espirito Santos. We're losing. Then we got Liverpool away.
Oh, forget that one.
Yeah, no, just
We're losing. Like I said, I am in such a place of calm.
You know what really, really still pisses me off? We're 5-1 down at home to Liverpool and people fucking singing his name. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. I could not.
No.
I was there. I could not believe it.
Why can't, mate? But this is the thing. You have to believe it. This is the thing. Do you know what I've worked out?
Yeah.
If you just know and realise that this stuff is going to happen,
Yeah.
so much calmer. We lost that game. And I was like, do you know the most fun I had? At half time, I put a tweet out saying, describe that first half in 2 words. I spent the whole second half responding to the 2-word responses.
2 different words.
It was brilliant. It was brilliant. There's just no interest.
I'll be honest with you. I watched the first half last night, and then we were dreadful. The second half, I was just going through WhatsApp chats.
Yeah.
Honestly. And when we lost, I didn't feel hurt, sad. I'm just indifferent to it all now.
Numb.
Because it's so what? You know, I mean, yes, it's my football team. Always has been my football team. Is it going to affect my life? Really? If they're crap? No. Is it going to affect my life if they're brilliant? No. You know, so you just take what you take now, and
I'm like you, like like Eugen. Eugen Stokes is like zen about it. Like I used to get really mad.
Oh, I did as well. Yeah, I was furious.
I used to lose it, and
I'm different. I take it to heart, man. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm different. Maybe I'm young. Maybe I'm just naive.
I used to be like you.
It affects me so much. I don't understand. Like it gets to the point where sometimes I just words can't describe my anger. You know. Carry on. Sorry, man. More I talk, more I get stressed out.
No, TJ, listen. I have been there.
Yeah.
You got to remember when I first came on We Are Tottenham TV and I started appearing on YouTube. I came on the screen shouting, screaming, effing, blinding. Some for comedic purposes, some because of raw passion and emotion. I can be like that sometimes after really poor defeats, like I was at Everton and Leicester had a mental breakdown or a nuclear breakdown.
That stream on El Toco Cockroach, I'll never forget that one.
On El Toco as well. But
that was iconic for me.
You then get to a place where I'm like, do you know what? And I've said this with a lot of my friends. I look at it. I live in a beautiful country. I've got my beautiful wife. My life is good. My family are good. My health is good. This football club will love until my dying breath.
Mm-hmm.
But why? When it starts affecting my time with my family because I'm so pissed off and so stressed, and then I get angry that I'm angry, I'm like, why? What am I doing to myself?
He's got to subscribe to Elijah. He's gone.
Why am I letting these arseholes get to me?
Yeah.
You know what it's like. You know when you get trolls, whether it's from YouTube channels, Twitter, social media, they want oxygen. They want the attention, and to stress you out and get. I couldn't care less. I won't give them the oxygen anymore, and I refuse to come home from the Scotland Yard or watching it at home and be like my wife, like, what do you want to do, Stan? Like, leave me the fuck alone. Spurs have lost. I'm in a bad mood. My wife works hard. We work hard. It's like, why am I missing out on time with my wife?
Mm-hmm.
Because these arseholes are doing what they do. I understand the stress, and I understand believe me, during a match, I'm woeful. The Scotland Yard. Sometimes I have to go on a timeout and go outside for a vape because I keep wanting to go absolutely nuts. But then I realise it's during the game, and that's part of after the game, mate. Nope, they're not doing it to me anymore. They're not doing it. You got to remember as well, TJ. Well, if it had been the odd game here and there, then you're like, oh fuck the Leicester game, or oh damn it, the Everton. This is becoming the norm.
Yeah.
This is becoming. This is the norm now. So
No, man.
You're going to get more and more. I just simply am like, okay, you want to do this? I'm going to give as much effort or much anger and fight as the players do on the football pitch. They're invisible. They're nowhere.
With every loss, you become more desensitized to it. It means less and less if we lose now.
They're spineless, gutless, toothless cowards.
Yeah.
So running around for the paycheck, it's got nothing to do. There's no professional pride. They don't care.
But to me, it seems like they're clocking in. Like, when you clock into work, right?
Yeah.
And you do bare minimum and they go home. That's basically what it feels like to me with that they're doing. Because they know Levy's not going to say anything. Ange's not going to say anything. So nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to change. The players don't really care that much. That's what it comes across to me. Anyway.
Correct.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about Ange used the word so many times. I'm thinking of buying. I think all new players in their welcome pack should get a spirit level. Because he keeps banging on about the levels that we're going on about. I don't know. It's like a bad carpenter.
What was you guys' opinions about what Vicario done at the end of the game?
I didn't really see what happened. I turned it off by now.
I
don't watch post-match stuff, so I have no idea.
No, so basically,
I watch pre-match stuff.
I'll tell you what happened, and Vicario's. I'll read the statement afterwards. Vicario, after the game, when they go and clap the Spurs supporters the Spurs supporters were giving them absolute fucking murder last night. They were not backwards in coming forwards, and rightfully so. After taking time off work, spending money, going out, blah blah blah.
Over there, yep.
And then Vicario was going like this, like to try and rally support, right? And then walked off, and he looked a bit pissed off. Maddison stood there and went like this, like, "Why are you doing that?" And then it got blown up out of all proportions. That Vicario went mad at the fans, and he was telling the fans, "Come on, get behind us." But Vicario has come out today, and let me just get it up at 1 second. 1 second.
And he's basically apologized because I've read a bit of it. Perfect. If you read it, yeah.
Vicario said, as a team, we take full responsibility for our terrible performance on the pitch last night. We will work even harder, to understand as a mature group what went wrong. Still, we have a great opportunity starting from Sunday to redeem ourselves and prepare in the best way possible for the second battle next Thursday. Regarding what happened at the final whistle in front of the away section, I want to clarify my intention to keep everyone as united as possible, even in the disappointment we have caused our people. If I have offended anyone, I apologise to those who felt affected. Post-match emotions can be misunderstood, but I assure you that my commitment to this team and you, our fans, grow stronger day after day. And do you know what? Fair goddamn play to Vicario, because if it hasn't been for him since he's been back, we would have lost every game.
Oh yeah,
Fair
True,
play to
you're
him.
right.
And he's one of the ones that have got a spine and have come out and spoken.
yeah. Well,
No, you're right. Yeah, no, you're bang on the money.
Fair
Go
play
for it,
to
Mom.
it mystifies me that I believe Sonny said, was it, we learned from this is a wake-up call. So what's
God,
that?
every time.
Is this the 18th wake-up call this season?
How many
then?
wake-up
Don't
calls
get
have
me
we had?
started.
It's
Mate,
18 this year.
No, it's not even that. It's not even that, Mark. You think Jimin's son has been here for 10 years.
Well, exactly.
And I don't know how many times he's been told this is a wake-up call. I don't know how many times these fans have to hear this is a wake-up call.
He's not a captain. It's not any
No.
captain.
He just copies and pastes the same thing every single
Yeah.
time, and it
No,
says
no,
the
no,
same thing over.
I was going to say every loss.
I think honestly, I think they have a catalogue where they go good performance, bad performance, abysmal performance, shocking performance, and just reel it off and go.
We go again. We go again. I remember.
We go again. Well, we go again. We don't. We come back stronger. We don't. We will learn from this. You don't. Have
Obviously
any
not.
of you seen that Adam Sandler movie, Billy Madison?
Yeah. I've seen
That's
it.
basically what Tottenham are. Tottenham are Billy Madison. They're a blooming high school. They're a 40-year-old high school student because they never fucking learn.
Every time we lose, it's like, I know you like your bingo cards, Brian. It's like a bingo card of excuses. This is a wake-up call. You know, we learn from
What about
this.
the pitch? Don't forget the pitch.
Yeah, but whatever. But you know, it's almost like a regurgitated statement every time we lose. Like, this is a wake-up call. We learn from this. We must improve. It's just insert statement. You could pick.
At this point, I'd rather not say anything.
No, but you know
Well,
what?
exactly.
One thing I have to say, I do really rate, big up to Vicario for coming out, you know, and actually addressing the fans. And we haven't actually heard, apart from Kulusevski, a few weeks ago, he came out and we lost. I think we lost the important. I can't remember exactly what he said. Yeah, Kulusevski, a few weeks ago, he came out and he said we need to be better and it has to start from us on the pitch or something like this, like that. But going back to what I was saying, big up to Vicario because he didn't even have to say anything, to be honest with you. You know, my stance, to be honest with you, the way I saw it on the TV, you know, I didn't think he meant anything from it. You know, we see it all the time. Like you do see footballers go like this all the time. I didn't take no offense to it, but then again, look, I've not traveled across the world. Well, it's not that far, to be honest. Well, it is still across the world. The ticket prices will be high. Taking your time off of work will be high, right? So again, being there, I could understand. Look, for me, you know, it makes me such a hypocrite me saying this. I'm not even there, and I'm boiling my head off. You know, imagine me there. I'll probably jump on the pitch and beat up one of them players. You know, but I'll be so real in it. Big up Vicario for coming out, you know, because he didn't have to do it. He didn't have to say anything. In my opinion, he didn't even have to address the situation because I didn't think it was worth it.
Right? He's called out our players on TalkSport today. I haven't actually watched the clip. I saw the like headline thing, and he said there's no leaders in the squad. But then he suggests Archie Gray to be the captain.
No, quick question.
Yeah.
Can we argue that? No, in fact, the players have to take a big blame for it because I was going to say, is it solely the players? Because Ange has to take take some sort
All
of
of them.
blame.
It's all of
Oh,
them.
well, with
Because
Ange-
I've
Sorry,
never
just-
heard Ange say, "Look, I've got it wrong." I've never heard him.
No,
No.
he's never.
If you can bring up a press conference where he has actually said that,
He's asked
I will
excuse
say
for
I'm
the
sorry.
He's asked
But he's
excuse
always said on the lines of, "We've not been good enough. We need to be better." Or he's made the last press conference. He made the excuse of the pitch. The conditions of the pitch wasn't there. You know what I'm talking about. But I've not seen Ange Postecoglou. And I'm not saying the players get leeway. I'm not saying they get a jail-free card. They are to blame as well, because the performances that we're seeing, like the Sons and the Basumas of this world, the performances that we're seeing on the pitch simply are not good enough, right? But I haven't seen our manager. See, this is how I see it. I look at our manager as like our chief and our sergeant. If it's like we're going to war, sir, yes, sir. That's exactly how I want my manager to be, right? I want him to say, "Yo, sir, yes, sir, we're going to war." But he don't take no responsibilities of his mistakes. He hasn't once said, "I have gotten this wrong," or "It's my fault. I should have set up in a different way." I would like that. But as a fan, I would like to see some sort of acknowledgement that I've made a mistake. Correct me if I'm right or wrong. Maybe I'm putting two and two together.
Every
100%. That's how I see it.
Look, but when we talk, Ange has come out on times and said it's on me, but and also blame the injuries, whatever. But it's been a very, very like a template email. Yeah, it's me. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
The thing that I can't understand and fathom as well is he said he didn't want to play Van de Ven and Romero yesterday because of the state of the pitch. Yet he will risk Solanke when you had Dane Scarlett there. Could have pulled Dane Scarlett on and kept the player that, because of the pitch, and they didn't want to risk it with two defenders. He didn't want to, but he would risk it with an attacker. There is no. It's just laughable. It's like I said to you when we were on Tottenham away yesterday, where I said he came in here and his tagline was "We never stop." Well, now it's "We never start."
Yeah.
But he's tried so much shit that I've lost count about how much crap he said, to be honest.
But do you remember me saying that's the main issue that I have with this manager last year? I was like, I'm a bit so I don't know if I was the only one in this fan base, but I was pretty much, to be honest with you, I didn't want Ange to be our manager from the get-go. So I wasn't on this Ange roller coaster. I was always, he's not good enough. Let's see how it goes. But the first year, I was like, my problem with Ange is he makes a lot of excuses. He lies a lot. He's a serial liar. He says one thing and does the other. I remember there was a press conference where he was saying, "Oh, next year we will challenge or title contend or something like that." And I said, "Look, cool. I'm going to be Ange out if we don't contend, if we don't keep up with the big boys." And look at what's happened this year. We haven't.
Then, he reminds me of, those guys you meet. Chat, I get loads of girls, blah blah blah, and they're actually really like they do fuck all. That's what he reminds me of. Them sort of guys. Oh yeah, he goes, "I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm the best," and you just watch it and he does nothing. It's just like, anyway, that's how I saw it with him. I'm just like, this guy chats crap, honestly.
Right, when Ange come in, I really wasn't bothered. I really didn't care, because it's been such a merry-go-round with the managers at Tottenham. What does another one matter? When we started in 10 games, and we were top of the league and everything was lovely, you think, suddenly a little bit in the back of your brain thinks, can we? You know what I mean? Like, can we? Could we? I'm on about winning the bloody league. But then as soon as Chelsea happens, you think, oh, well, it's a little setback. And then we go on that dreadful run afterwards and we were terrible. You think, oh, well, here we go again. It's been Tottenham since I can remember, basically. Build you up so far, then kick you in the knackers and let you down.
Joe, I've just seen Philly's in
That's
the
what it's
chat.
been.
Philly, I hope you are able to get to the protest on the 6th of April. But either way, I'm going to see you when I'm back. But I'm hoping you can make it. As many people as humanly possible need to make it.
Yeah.
What is there anything going on for this Sunday?
Not that I've
Any
heard
type
of.
of protest?
Because it's an early
Just-
kickoff, I
just-
think that's what they're doing,
Just
yeah.
because there's not a player program, like we spoke last week, change for Spurs or change for Tottenham, the right terminology.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing everything methodically. You got to remember, after Fulham, there's an international break where they can ramp up all. They've got a free run for 2 whole weeks with no Spurs of being able to ramp up the pressure, promote, get running the troops. By that time as well, Levy will probably have raised the season ticket price. By the time of the next protest, we will be out of Europe. But just because change for Tottenham, this is what people go on say, just because change for Tottenham aren't doing anything, doesn't mean that you cannot start Levy out chants in that stadium. These protests have been given time to prepare for maximum exposure and to give people the opportunity that may need time to get off. If we said, right, we're going again Sunday now, there's loads of people that probably couldn't make it because it's too short notice, they don't have a ticket, blah, blah, or whatever reason. Whereas now, they've got plenty of time. People can make arrangements. So they can,
Is it the same time as last time?
Say again?
Is it the same as last time? Same time and everything?
That may I don't know. Change for Spurs. Tottenham will release more information. All the build up, all the way. The only thing I will say with it is obviously the Manchester United game. The Manchester United game was the 4 o'clock kickoff, wasn't it? It's the 2
that's what I'm asking because
so it will obviously be earlier because, but I know there is a march, and I will be active in that part. As I've said, I won't step foot in the stadium. I've been offered tickets. I won't step foot in there. Been offered tickets for free. Matty put in my group, little bro Matty, said that there's a couple of tickets going for the Bournemouth game on Sunday. And I said, if I was in England, even if you paid me £3,000 to take them, I'd say not a chance. Not a chance. Not even if you paid me. But yeah, we'll definitely meet up, brother.
Matt will talk about this in a minute because
there will be a march. I don't know what they have planned inside. Maybe as it's a Sunday 2 o'clock as opposed to a Sunday 4 o'clock.
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
No, what I'm saying is maybe a sit-in will gain more traction. Please God, the weather will be better.
Is it on Sky? Is it on Sky as well?
No, which is a bloody annoying thing. So a load of us are going to watch in the Coach and Horses with a load of phones. There's loads of us that are going to go to the Coach and Horses after. So if anyone is watching right now that wants to come to the protest but won't have a ticket, please feel free to come and join us at the Coach and Horses. Believe me, we'll have a lot of fun in the Coach and Horses. We always do. It's a great pub, great people in there.
I'm not sure where that is, Brian. I don't think I've ever been in there.
Well, you'll be coming with me then, won't you?
Oh, okay.
Put it this way, if you're looking at the stadium, if you're looking directly at the stadium, it's on the same side of the road, but to the left. So you're walking away from the stadium, not towards Seven Sisters.
Yeah, you've gone up towards Edmonton.
Towards Edmonton.
Yeah.
About a 5 to 7 minute walk from...
No, because the only pub I used... What's the pub where South Dorset Spurs park?
I don't know, did you go to the Bricklayers?
No. The Bricklayers opposite the stadium. I know that.
Antwerp Arms?
Gilpin.
Oh, the Gilpin, yeah. That's a little bit further down.
It's a good
Actually, no, it's before. The Gilpin is before the Coach and Horses.
So it's past the Gilpin.
Yeah, no, yeah, just a little bit past Gilpin. If you're walking from the stadium. But if you're walking from Edmonton, then it's before.
Yeah. Gilpin Bell. It's a good pub, actually.
It's Witherspoons, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gilpin is.
Is it Wetherspoons? Oh, but it's not. Because everyone goes Coaches and Horses, all the other ones. That's how I go Gilpin Bell. Sorry, sometimes because this is quieter. you can actually get.
Oh yeah, no, the coaching horses is anything but quiet.
Yeah, I know. I was going to say.
Yeah.
Trust me, it's anything but quiet. And there's a lot of the leave out. It's one of the hubs. It's one of the leave out hubs or pubs, whatever. It's a pub.
I'll
It's
be
a
honest.
big leave out place.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Every time I go, which isn't that often, but I can't be fussed to walk that far to get a beer. No, so it's either the Bill Nick or the Bricklayers for me.
Well, guess what? If you're with me on the 6th, you're coming to the coaching horses.
I will be. What the 6th of April? Yeah.
Yep.
It's Sunday the 6th. Is it Sunday the 6th?
Correct.
I will check the trains out, Brian.
I told you yesterday. Start walking now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
We've got a month, so.
Well, there we go. Yeah.
Literally
Yeah,
4 weeks today. I'm in England.
Yeah. I will definitely, because the earlier I book the train seat, the cheaper they are.
It's
You know.
yeah. The answer to JJ's question is a resounding no.
Okay, that's all right. Mark, is that a no as well for the winning second leg?
You never know, though, do you? You honestly know. I can't see it, but you never know.
Mark, let's quickly go through this. Did you think we'd beat Crystal Palace when they hadn't won a game all season?
Of course I did.
Okay.
Well, of course I did.
Do you think that we would have beaten it? Do you think we would have beaten Ipswich when they hadn't won a game all season?
Of course, and yeah, at home, yeah.
Let me carry on. Do you think we would have? Do you think we would have gone to Goodison Park and been 3-0 down at half time?
No. Well, yeah.
Do you think the following week, Leicester, who have lost only won 1 in 12 and have lost every other game since,
Mm-hmm.
do you think we would have beaten them at home?
Yeah, I can honestly see where this is going.
So you never know.
Yeah,
You do know.
We do know.
I do. Yeah.
In the words of a famous YouTuber, if you don't know,
Get to know.
Get to know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Big up, brother Alex.
Yeah. Big up Box Office TV.
Yeah.
So yeah, obviously on Sunday, is it a loss again? Are we saying a loss again? I'm saying 3-1 to Bournemouth.
We got no hope, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm hoping for a 2-1 defeat, so we can say we only lost by 1 goal and get another half point.
Another trophy.
Another half
Well,
point.
yeah. No, the we only lost by 1 goal trophy.
Yeah. Do you know someone's actually made a meme of that?
Serious?
Oh, wait, 1 second. 1 second. Where is it? 1 second. Give me 1 second. 1 second. Let me come back into StreamYard. Share screen. My Twitter. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. You see it?
On my day.
Yeah.
He always wins something in the second season, so I mean.
He does, mate. He's going to win. He's going to win the We Lost by 1 goal trophy.
Yeah. Or relegation. One of the two.
Yeah. So don't forget, guys, please subscribe to Tottenham on Tour. I don't know what we're having to TJ, but please subscribe into Spurs. And obviously the 2Much show. You guys, when you guys next live, I know Brian told me
Sunday.
Yeah, I'm going to be. I'm going to put it this way. As of Sunday, my wife's away till Thursday, so I've got a lot of free time. So we will be doing stuff next week, and in the build-up to the protest, I'm going to become like a sleeper cell. And whenever a protest is planned, I'm going to go active. And I'm about to go active. So yeah, and then I'll be doing streams when I'm outside the training ground as well. I'm hoping I can rally up a lot of people and give them enough notice to get to the training ground, because it's just as important that we get there. And thankfully, we've only done this in January, where we've been freezing our tits off, as you know, Has on that one we went. When we went that day. Hopefully, April, the weather will turn. It'll be nicer, and you don't have to wrap up warm and be like, "Oh my God, it's freezing. Let's go." And wear your thermals. So yeah, there will be a lot of Tottenham on Tour content coming.
I will admit, it's getting warmer now over it. It is getting warmer now.
Nigel? Is that your show with Nigel on Sunday, Mark? Or is it the other one I'm thinking of?
No, we did that last Saturday. That's when we were both drunk.
Huh. Well, Barrick, I hope to see you when I'm back in England as well. I really hope to see. I love that dude.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love that dude.
Yeah.
Oh, also to say the good thing about here is your clocks always go back 2 weeks before North America.
Mm.
We go forward before you. So on Sunday morning, our clocks go forward, which means winter is coming to an end. The sun is coming,
Yeah.
and the days are lighter. Happy goddamn days.
Ours ain't yet, are they?
No, you go back 2 weeks later than us.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Well, forward,
yours
forward,
guys
sorry.
are-
forward.
yours earlier? Oh.
Forward. We're going forward on Sunday.
Oh. Probably not Tottenham, but I guess the clock's the clocks.
No.
Yeah, only the clocks are going forward. Spurs
I
are
wish
going
the clocks would go back to 1981.
I'd even take 08 just to relive that day again.
Do you know
Well,
what I think we should do, Has?
Yeah.
Let's play a quick game. What's the excuse and which player on Sunday?
That's a good question.
And everyone in the chat.
Is Moreira and Van der Ven going to play? I don't know. I don't think.
Fuck if I know.
Yeah.
We're all depend on the pitch.
Okay.
But he can't blame the pitch, can he? It gets
Oh,
tucked
mate,
away.
he can blame anything.
Well, yeah, I suppose so.
Johnson. I think it'll be Johnson on Sunday.
Does Johnson ever come out and do an interview? Actually,
Didn't he do one? I saw he did one.
I
didn't
can't
he?
I'm
remember.
not sure. It's very rare, isn't it? If
Well,
he
Sonny's
does.
the obvious option, but sure he can't be Sonny every time. So maybe that's why I said Romero. Romero plays, if he plays, but he'll probably get.
Okay, so you're going for Romero, and which excuse? Well, no, Romero won't speak in English, will he? So
okay, maybe not Romero then. That's why I said Johnson. I don't know. We go again.
Yeah.
Wake
Up call. A wake up call.
which player are you going for, Mark?
Oh, well, Sonny's already said it. So Madison.
That's exactly
he's-
what I was going to say. I'm going to have to think of someone else.
oh, damn.
No,
Sorry.
you got it. That's. I should have gone first, but that's
Yeah, I was just thinking of the ones that always do the interviews.
all right. So you've taken Madison.
I know. I think it'll be Johnson. I don't know why. But he'll definitely.
You
play.
think it's Madison? I've got to think of the potential players that could be there.
I was thinking that Madison won't play. I don't know why. I was thinking he won't.
There's
play.
not many that
Madison's
actually come
gonna
out and do
have to play.
interviews.
Bentancur will play. Kulusevski's not there. Madison will have to play.
He might put Bergvall in the 10. I don't know.
So, he has done. So apparently he has done interviews. All right, so I'm going to pick. Do you know what? I'm going to go for Yves Bissouma. It's been a while since Bissouma's come out and done something. Go Yves Bissouma. And I'm going to go for which excuse should we roll out this time? We have to learn from this. That's Bissouma. We have to learn.
Yeah.
Billy Madison settings.
You know what? That's a great analogy. I never thought of it. That is actually brilliant. Like, it's actually brilliant.
So Billy Madison settings.
Yeah. Did anyone see Adam Sandler's outfit in the Oscars?
Yeah.
Mate.
No.
Oh, man, mate.
Guy's a legend.
He wherever it's all he wears.
Yeah.
It's all he wears.
Yeah, he was like, whatever.
Oh, Danny is in the building. Big up Hotspur Hood. Yeah, so I'm going for Billy Madison settings from Yves Bissouma.
Yeah, same Tottenham, different day, as Dan would actually say.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, I think we're going to close off now. Have a nice weekend until Sunday at 2:00 UK time when Spurs will never to ruin it. And come on, you Spurs, and Brian will say his line, obviously.
And as always, Levy out.